Everyone out there, welcome to our Facebook group on death cases and surgery cases in Western PA. Our group is growing every day with this new idea we have of not to try to get you to hire us as your attorney or stick a finger in the camera and say we'll get money and all that kind of malarkey. Instead, just to provide you with information that you can use in your own situation and to help you or provide you with support for what you're going through from a legal end of it, to understand what the process is. And you can use it as you wish, but you're never going to hear me saying, you know, you got to call me and I'll represent you. That's not the idea of this group. So today, with your hopefully you feel more and more comfortable with us and with our group to hopefully to share some information that you had or you went through. I want to talk to you about another thing that happens daily in accident cases, and that involves pedestrian accidents. If you're crossing the roadway and you're hit by a car, what's the legal process involved? And the legal process is very similar to if it's a car-on-car accident. They first have to determine who's at fault. And if you're a pedestrian and you happen to be in a crosswalk and that car hits you, throws you in the air, you have to have surgery, or other situations we've had where people tragically died, you're in legally the very best situation possible, because you're in a crosswalk and there's actually a law that says a driver coming up to this crosswalk has a duty to slow down and let the person cross. That it really helps a lot. And then it's a question of what's the value of what occurred. The other thing we strongly suggest in these situations is to use an engineer or a human motions factor expert, which can be very helpful to you. Why? Because they can provide the amount of force that was involved in the collision. A lot of times we've had cases where people go flying over the hood because of the amount of force of the car that hit them. And they fell to the ground, and that's what led to their multiple surgeries and other even worse situations. So if you can get a report from an expert that can say, I calculate the speed of that car when that hit that pedestrian who was had no protection to be X, then you can use that in pursuing your claim, and it has great weight. Getting an expert involved in it. They actually now we've employed some with these video animations, which is very powerful because it can show an animation of the accident itself. And you know, the whole idea of the picture's worth 1,000 words, that really has an impact on a jury. If they see in slow motion what happens, it's going to make the insurance company want to settle the case. And a lot of times that's the best situation you can ask for. It takes away the stress of jury trials and things like that. So I hope that you keep that in mind about getting an expert. If you happen to have a pedestrian accident, you have to have surgery, or a family member tragically dies from it, because an expert is going to add credibility to your case and drive the value exponentially. Hope it helps. Looking for dialogue back and forth. This is a no stress Facebook page, and looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks much. Bernie Tully.